live pour night. It's live pour Sundays. We're going to start calling these. I'm going to start calling them something. So I have here tonight, I smashed these down. I felt so bad smashing these. They were so pretty. But yeah, these are 925 sterling. And I'm going to be melting down some sterling tonight. With some other assorted scrap pieces here. These are like old pendants and all that. We're going to be melting these down and forming an ingot. I'm going to shallow pour the bottom of this graphite mold here, just like what I did with my copper bracelet ingots. I'm going to pour that as shallow as I can, cut that in half, and I'm going to stretch it out into some some silver bracelets tonight. I'm not going to nuke my crucible and just drop these in. These are kind of heavy. These are 2.15 ounces each. Altogether, we have about 5.15 ounces of sterling, and then we're going to have a whole lot of copper, including some of the stuff that got poured out of the crucible after we had our catastrophic failure. So yeah, we got some of that to put in there tonight too. And yeah, buckle up, guys. We're going to be pouring... this is going to be our Delft clay pour tonight. This was kind of difficult. I'm curious to see how it's going to come out the way I did it. So I only did one of these tonight, and he's right there in the cask. So we got one Protectron coming from the Fallout series for our Fallout chest piece set. We'll see how this one turns out because of the angles on how he is shaped. We'll see if the way I did it's going to work. Otherwise, I'm going to have to brainstorm, kind of put them in there like this, but maybe next time I'll have to do them like this in order to make it work. I don't know. I got to figure this one out. He's a tricky. Liberty Bleed Silver, welcome in. Good to see you, pal. Yeah, so let me go ahead and, before I start running my mouth anymore, let's go ahead and get the the silver dropped in there. I'm trying to find my pliers. I got them all, everything over here at the anvil. Everything's at the anvil. I had to smash everything a little bit just to make sure it fit. I could probably drop these lighter pieces in there, but definitely not the bigger pieces. Otherwise, we might have an issue. Let's go ahead and use one glove. We are already at 1100 degrees Celsius. Yeah, these are really light. I'm just going to drop these in. Of course, I dropped it on the floor, one of them. These lighter pieces, I'm sure not going to make any damage at all. The bigger ones I got to be careful with, though. Drop that in there. Now, here's the tricky part. That's what I have here. I need to get some long, like barbecue tongs or something very specific just for this. Get as low as I can go. Drop them in there. Of course it stuck to the damn pliers and dropped in anyways. I tried. It really did. Try that one more time with this one. Alright, we have our 5.05 ounces in the crucible. And again, I have it at 1100 degrees Celsius. You think, oh yeah, silver doesn't have to go that high to melt. But no, this is 925 silver, meaning it's 7.5% copper. It's an alloy. So you always want to go off of your highest metal melting point when you're doing any kind of alloys like that. Otherwise, it's not going to melt for you, not want to behave. Tonight, I'm going to have to be kind of clever and set up a map gas on my graphite mold here tonight. As you guys know, sterling silver is incredibly difficult to pour, especially in these cold temperatures. It's probably about 25 degrees in the shop here. You don't believe me? Got the this has been out here the whole time. It is completely frozen solid. So yay! Let me address the chat here. See, we got some folks coming in the in the chat here. We got Swamp Daddy. Welcome in. Good to see you. What are you trying to make? So I'm making an ingot of sterling silver. I'm making it as shallow and as thin as I can. I'm not going to make it the full ½ inch depth of this. So I'm going to try to stretch it out as long as I can all the way across and as thin as I can. That should give me about 1/8 of an inch thickness. Here, I'll show you an example right now, actually. Got one of these floating around here. These have been getting oxidized a little bit, but this is one of my last pours. I'm basically going to be making one of these, but in sterling silver. And then I have a lot of copper to do later tonight too. But don't worry, we're going to be doing other things other than this. So something about this size. And what I do, I'll chop this up into at least halves, if not thirds. Then I'll stretch this out over the anvil with my hammer and the anvil. I'm a hand pounded bracelet maker. See if I can get this thing out. Of course, I got the cuffs on tonight, right? On the jacket. It is freaking cold out here, but basically, I make it into something like that. I've done coppers before, but I haven't done a sterling silver. So I'll be annealing, stretching out when I do make that. And I'm looking very, very much forward to making one of these in sterling silver and start wearing that every day. But yeah, I got to make one of these. This started off as about a half a bar like this. I cut this one particular in half. This came out to about 3.3 ounces of copper. And yeah, when I cut that in half, hopefully I'll get about right around 2.5 ounces of sterling silver. And I'll be able to stretch that out into a beautiful bracelet, not tonight, but in the future. But first, I have to make the ingot. You saw what went in the crucible. So you melt all that down, and we're going to make it into something pretty. Everything that went in there just now is 925 sterling. That's 92.5% silver and 7.5% copper. That's an alloy. So that's why they make silver jewelry at a 925, to make it a little more durable so you can actually wear it. Otherwise, it would not last. It would wear out really, really fast, just like if you had 24 karat gold. It's not something you would want to wear every single day. But yeah, I should have took note of the time. We'll call it was at 35 when we dropped those in there. I'm assuming it's going to take a minimum 10 minutes for that to melt. And then we're going to be pouring our ingot here. I better start setting up my jig right now for how to get my map gas on here. Usually I just kind of arrange some bricks, but what do I have available around here? Yeah, I usually just use random shit around the shop and it seems to work out, but today I'm a little too clean in the shop. I don't have too much in here I could do that with. So I'm gonna have to get really creative. Again, we have SES Stacking and Collecting. That's Southeast Stacker. I see you have a new logo, friend. Very cool. Very cool. Hey, Bear, welcome in. Good to see you. We're going to be melting some metal here tonight, guys. Bear with me. I appreciate the thumbs up there. You guys rock. And we're going to be making some cool stuff again tonight. Again, just a little piece of bar stock. I use this as a stirring stick. I'll probably use the clean end tonight. And put this in. And we're definitely going to use some flux on the sterling silver here. I'm going to use some borax to get that ready right now. Again, just some good old cheap borax right here. 99.9% borax, so no worries there. It's just to get any of the impurities to come to the surface and therefore just come out all together, so we don't have any slag. And it doesn't take that much, just about a half a tablespoon for about 5 ounces here. That should be all I need for that one little pour. We'll do a lot more when we do the copper after we move on after the sterling silver tonight. I like to do it in that order so I don't cross-contaminate materials. No, we're doing sterling silver right now first, bud. So what I ended up melting down was just some junk, and I had a couple pieces that look like this. This one's an owl from the whatever. I have no idea who made this. It's number one with the owl. I smashed down a couple of these. I got these at Spot when Spot was like way, way, way lower. So I was able to get a lot of sterling, not a lot, but what I could at the time, sterling for pouring projects from my local coin shop. So he bought it. It was in the pile. He was going to send off to the smelter, the refiner. It was just going to get melted down anyway. So can't feel too bad about it. Am I right? Oh, let me take a peek in here, see what we got. Oh my gosh, are we freaking liquid? No way. Hang on. There's no way. Oh my gosh, we're liquid already, guys. That was like 5 minutes flat. We were already up to temperature, and the freaking the sterling silver's already melted. So yeah, we're gonna get this party started right quick and in a hurry. We're gonna do our little bit of borax first, get any slag out of there, and then we're going to be doing the pour of the sterling silver ingot here, so we have something to play with in the future for some actual metal manipulation. So first things first, pour this guy in, pour that down so it doesn't just freaking fly everywhere, because it will do that. And then where's my stirring stick? I just had it. This is the troubles and tribulations of having a shop. Where the hell is the thing I just set the fuck down? Sorry. Biotetric. Welcome in. Good to see you. What are you using to melt? I'm using this 2-auto furnace right now. This is just a smelting furnace. Let's go ahead and stir that up. We just put our borax in there. Even if there is a little bit of I'm just hovering it over the heat right now to get any moisture off this rod so we don't have a steam explosion. Getting all the way to the bottom. My rod's just about too short now. Barely could hit the bottom. Okay, we're looking good there. I see not very much slag at all, if any. It looks pretty good. Wow, that is a frozen solid block of ice I have for my quenching bucket. That's pretty scary. I'm just gonna let that do its thing for a minute. It's just still going. I stuck it in the ice. I'm just letting it freaking do its thing. That's pretty fun. Okay, so we have that ready to go. I have not yet preheated my mold. Let's go ahead and do that now. If you have your headphones in, be careful. This can get a little loud in the background. Here we go. Oops, of course I dropped that. Get him out of there. He's plastic. It's going to take a little longer tonight on the preheats because it is freaking cold tonight, guys. It's probably closer to 20 degrees ambient here in the shop. It is cold tonight. We've got the puppy dogs in the house. They're just chilling. Fat and happy on their nice friendly dog beds. The reason we do this, guys, is to make sure there's no moisture in this graphite mold. If there is any at all, you'll have a steam explosion and crack your graphite. So always preheat your graphites. I hope this goes well because I only got enough material for one shot right now. Otherwise, it's going to happen later, kind of deal. Everything is beyond stone cold right now, so. Again, I really need to figure out how to set this thing up to where it could just stay like so. That might work right there, actually. Of course, it wants to roll on me. I could work with that. What do you guys think? It's sturdy enough. We're going to go ahead and pour this thing. You don't want a steam explosion, no sir. That's how I kind of destroyed that last crucible. I don't think it was steam. That was more of a thermal shock and too many repeated thermal cycles on that crucible. And then you get that. So yeah, don't do that. We got open flame. I got one shot at this, guys. Wish me luck. Don't worry, we're gonna pour some copper after the sterling silver right now. This is the first silver pour of 2026 for the Rogue Stacker. Wish me luck. Don't blink, you'll miss it. Oh, I got a happy. There's something else in there too, though. Of course, I just did all that. I'm trying to get all that out because I don't want to mix up materials. You see how fast that just solidified, even with the torch on it? Well, I'll probably be cutting this one down and be able to make one bracelet out of that, which is kind of what I wanted to do anyways. It'd be nice to have a second ingot ready to go, but I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to end up having some scrap left over. Let's go and turn this off. Sorry, I know that thing could get loud. Let's take a look at what we ended up doing there. It is so cold, like everything will just solidify almost instantly with sterling. It's almost not even worth it to pour it. It is such a pain in the ass to work with, but I really look forward to doing that. So yeah, I got a pretty chunky one there. I might be able to do something with. This thing's incredibly hot. Ice quench. There it goes. Very cool. Let's take a look and see how that came out. Again, there wasn't that much material in there. I should have been pouring a little bit faster. Get that out. All right. A horrible looking bar, but it's not what we're trying to do. I'm going to be manipulating this material in the future anyways. Horrible looking bar. You saw that last little bit I got at the end. But yeah, as far as material goes, this is a lot. Let's see how much material I actually ended up getting out of there. If there's a lot missing out of that 5.05. I think I got a little bit in there hiding still. We'll have to pour that into like a copper button area, if that's the case. See what we got here. We are in ounces, Troy. 5.04. That's not bad. That must be what I saw in there. Must have been like the borax or whatever cleaned into the walls. So yeah, I got all my material out of there. I lost 0.01 ounces, which nowadays, before, 5 years ago, I would have said that's not that much to even worry about. But now, the way things are going, it's like, oh my, that's probably a few dollars there at least, right? So what I plan on doing in the future with this, not too distant future, I'll probably cut it right here because it's so thick. Take about half of that. Maybe I can save this and make two. Just cut this off right here. Call that scrap for the next pour. So cut it off here. Cut it here and make at least this first half into a sterling silver bracelet. And then I will be doing that in a future video, guys. Keep an eye out for that. That's going to take me several videos to do that. It'll be my very first piece of sterling silver jewelry that I'll be making. So all by hand. It's going to be a very lengthy process. I have a feeling I'm going to have to buy more I'm going to have to buy some more map gas for that one because there's a lot of annealing that goes into it. You stretch it out so far, you got to anneal it because it gets rock hard. And you stretch it out so far, and you got to anneal it because it gets rock hard. All right, so now what I'm going to do is put our copper in very carefully. So we're going to start off with this big bastard at first. Lower that in there very carefully. Cut this guy. Yeah, don't let the hammer slip on the boiling hot crucible. Lower your heavy pieces down in there, otherwise you will have a bad time. I had some slag and stuff on these little pieces. There were leftovers, but I took them to the anvil and I hammered that all off. It's basically glass. You hit it with a hammer, it shatters. So Should be pretty good on all these. I have more than this than what you're seeing going in here right now. I think that's all I'm going to be able to fit for now without any issues. Let's give that about 5 or 10 minutes, and that's going to melt for us, and then we're going to be pouring our Protectron pour. So can't wait to see what this guy comes out looking like. I only had enough time to do one tonight. Oh man, look, I singed him. Look, the map gas singed him a little bit. Oops. I have an extra one, but that's it. If this one doesn't go well, it's going to be kind of dicey on making a Protectron, that character. Raise this back up. Read their chat. We got 7 stacks in the house. Welcome in, 7. That's right. We got 7 likes. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Who else are we got? B2B. Welcome in. What we weighing? What we weighing? We weighed that sterling silver copper bar. Not so much poured for bar's sake, but this is gonna get turned into a copper bracelet later. So yeah, I know it was an ugly pour. I don't think you guys understand how incredibly difficult sterling silver can be to work with. In fact, let me break this thing off. It's kind of a modern day work of art here, but I'm going to break this off for safety purposes. There we go. As you can see, that's absolutely some sterling silver in there. Very cool. I'll set this piece to the side. I'm going to turn this into 1, maybe 2 sterling silver bracelets in the not too distant future. So very cool. Looking forward to doing that project. That's something I've had on the back burner in my brain for over a year. I've been wanting to do. What's this? Do I have more sterling? Do I know? Oh, man. Do I really? I have more sterling. I didn't know I had all this too. I have some more scrap in here. I could have probably poured the full ingot out. Oh well. Well, now I have more. I have more to go into my little jar here of sterling. I'm going to go ahead and hammer this down on the anvil real quick and hopefully not smash my finger. Gotta be careful as I'm not using my pliers. I just want it to fit in that jar, really. Okay, I think we're good now. Save that for later. Very cool. I gotta remember where all my stuff is. I have my 925 jar here. I have a copper jar here, just kind of loose bits and pieces, and I have some 3/9 fine right here as well. So those are my 3 materials I've been working with here in the shop. But I haven't gotten into those jars in so long, I forgot all about them. Oops. What time? Oh man, what time was it? It was a couple minutes. So yeah, we got we'll call it about 9:05 my time, where that will be melted, and we're gonna give that a shot in pouring. We're not gonna be using this one tonight. What should we use? What should we pour tonight, guys? As after the Protectron. Let's see where my molds are. What would be a good pour tonight? Something I haven't poured yet. Not this year, anyways. Oh, I know. I was actually thinking about these just yesterday. I have my tri-knot round. I haven't poured any of these for 2026, and I did very, very, very few for 2025. So you guys cleaned me out on those really fast. As soon as I poured them, you guys took them. So yeah, we'll do those. Don't touch this. This thing's still hot. Graphite actually holds on to heat for longer than you think. So I'm going to go ahead and set this guy off to the side. Just right there, so he doesn't catch anything on fire. We'll have to preheat these 2 as well. Maybe we'll do some buttons too if we have some leftovers, because these usually do about 2 to 3 ounces depending on how fat I make them, but closer to 2 ounces when I pour these. And I just put in probably close to a pound, so we should be able to get about 6 to 8 pours of this guy tonight. Very cool. And then some copper buttons, and which 2025 was the first year I started serializing those. So if you guys have any of those that aren't serialized, 2023, 2024, Feel very privileged. You got some of the pre-serial number items. They are labeled with the correct year. But yeah, this year is going to be the second year doing that. Did you clean up the quad notch? Talking about using some cream on them. I haven't got a chance to get in here and finish those up. I just been trying to get in here and get some pouring done in the time I have. Maybe next weekend, Bear. That's actually a good idea. Instead of actually pouring, I'll be in here hammering out on the new copper bracelet. So I'm sorry, silver bracelet, and I could finish up the. I don't even remember how many of those I had. Yeah, I got them in the drawer here still. I got them. The only thing I hammered onto them is the serial number. So this is number 2. This is number 1. These are all 2026 items. That's all. I haven't got a chance to do these yet. But man, when I put the copper cream to these are going to look pretty sick. Thank you for reminding me of that, Bear. I will do that next weekend for sure. Maybe I'll do some filming with the sterling silver bracelet next weekend, and I'll do a live stream and with a live stamping with those next weekend. We'll probably do all the ones I'm pouring tonight as well, all in one session on the stamping. Stamping by hand, I'll tell you what, it takes time. It takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, and a steady hand. So be patient with me, guys. Let's take a look in here. We are at close to 5 minutes. Not even close. I'm just going to leave that alone for now. I'm going to set this on top of my lid, and that will preheat that mold. I'm not going to do both just in case I drop one. This sucker is slippery. That one's not so bad. Just word to the wise, if you guys get any graphite molds, try to avoid the round ones. They are a pain in the ass to grab with tongs. Try to get something that's more square like that. The square, flat surfaces are a lot easier to grab with the tongs. And again, we're going for 1100 degrees Celsius here on that. We preheat all of our graphite molds before we pour. No steam explosions, no cracked molds. And you just get a better product that way, I feel like. We got 16 likes. It's 26 people in the house right now. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Again, I cannot wait to turn this into a beautiful work of art. It's going to be something similar to this, less cracking on the edges. There was cracks on the edges. I almost redid this piece because the annealing, I got impatient, but now I know what to look for. This was one of the prototypes. This is the second one I built, and I heated it up, cooled down, took a lot of breaks. The very first one I did, I stayed after it hot and heavy. I never let that sucker cool down. I struck while the iron was hot. I didn't have nearly as many issues with that one, but this one I wear every day proudly as a reminder of a valuable lesson I learned that day. And it just looks really freaking cool, man. It looks like some freaking straight up Viking jewelry, am I right? And I tell you what, if someone shot at me with this and hit me in the freaking, this thing, that doubles as a bracer. This thing's pretty hardcore. It's 3.3 ounces of 4/9 fine copper. So pretty heavy duty. But now I look forward to turning this in the very near future, probably Sunday coming up. So a week from today, I'm going to be hammering this guy out. Probably chop him right here with the bolt cutters, maybe right down the middle. We're at, what did we say how many ounces this is? 5.04. Lost barely any when we poured that. It was 5.05 ounces that we poured. So probably in there's that last little driblet of sterling silver. So these pours you're going to see tonight are just going to barely have a little bit of silver in it. But that's cool. In fact, I think I might see one right here. Nice little nugget. Take a look here. Look at that. I think I found it. A single grain of sterling silver. That might have been it. Let's see if that even registers on the scale. Clean that off. I got some water on there. Oops. All right. Refresh. Let me get this right back over here. Let's see if this even shows up on the troy ounce. of course, don't you go flying on me. You see that? Oh my goodness. See if it even shows up. Oh, come on, man. Really? How do I get that thing to stay on there? Maybe a drip of water actually would work on this occasion. Give it just a drip of water there. It's not even showing up on the scale, the drip of water. Drop it in the drip of water, and it stays. Not even worthy of the scale picking it up. But we switch it over. Does any denomination pick up anything? Grams, carats, ounces. Nope, it's such a small amount, it's not even measurable. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and throw that little ball back into my jar here. Save that for later. Again, save all your scrap. You never know. It all adds up. Even that little ball. All right. Wipe that off. Turn that off. And we should be pouring this guy first, and then we'll do the we'll be doing the tri-knots. Do you guys like the tri-knot pourers? Does anybody here remember those? Oh, let me address the chat here. Is this silver? The next pours you're going to be seeing tonight are going to be copper. 49's fine. 99.99% copper as of the XRF gun I used to measure this material. It's showing pretty much pure copper. So, yeah, I marked my stuff 3 nines, but it's 99.99% copper. Let's see here. I was doing backflips when the market opened back up at 105 an ounce. Nice, nice. I heard it touched 107 an ounce tonight, and almost $5,100 gold. So yeah, it didn't just go up a little bit. It shot way up on both. I don't know where it's sitting at now, but that's what it did earlier tonight at the opening. I was looking at it briefly earlier for like just a moment. I believe it or not, I do get curious as well. And in the way the markets are swinging up and down and sideways, you never know if you're paying attention at the right moment. That up $7 can turn into -20 on silver. They call it the devil's metal, and that'd be a good time to purchase on an online bullion dealer when the spot's like $20 lower. You might end up saving yourself a few dollars. So just being kind of a sniper, if you will. Rocket, it's at $110 an ounce right now. Wow. This little jar's got a little more heavy, didn't it? Very cool. Bear says, I've not seen them poured, but they're awesome. I have seen a few that COC has. Oh yeah, Culture of Currency. He has at least one of mine. Maybe he had a couple. I think he included one in his giveaway. He's coming up on 5,000 subscribers. Check out Culture of Currency if you haven't already. Once he hits 5,000 subs, he's going to be doing a massive giveaway. I can't wait to be there. I can't wait to experience with him that momentous occasion of hitting 5,000 subs. Go Culture of Currency. Thank you, guys. Let's take a look. He has 2. Very cool. Very cool. Let's take a look here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Let's go ahead and take a peek in this thing one more time. This should be pretty close to being warm enough right now. Set that to the side. I wish I had a temp gun in here. Oh, yeah, we're melted. We're getting close, guys. I'm going to go ahead and put a few more things in there right now. Or should I wait? Let's wait. Because I got a lot of weight in there as well. I'm waiting because there's weight. Yes, indeed. Let's go ahead and get all of our items together. This was one of my leftover pieces. I tried to pour another one of those Aztec rounds, but it didn't quite work out. But it kind of looks cool. It's a little it's a pirate button, we'll call it. Now let's go ahead. Oh yeah, that's nice and toasty. This one's not, but I'll set that back on top of this and it'll share the heat in a minute. So guys, don't blink, you'll miss it. We're going to start off on our Delft clay pour, and then we'll probably come back to that. Where's my gloves? There you are. Always use your PPE, guys. Not worth freaking getting a 5th degree burn over any of this stuff, am I right? So don't blink, guys. You'll miss it. Oh, wait. Hang on, hang on. Almost skipped a step. I'm excited too. Got to get the borax going. Just a little bit. Okay, let's pour that in. You guys can see the fireworks. Let's go ahead and get that back up there. Let's pour the borax in. This is dangerous. It's only 2,000 degrees. Ah, it's snowing. That just instantly liquefied in there. Where's my stirring stick? Still hiding in my punch bucket. Stir that up and we should be ready to go. Making sure there's no, all the water on that got evaporated off. Oh, I'm not even touching it. There we go. All right, very cool. Nice and mixed. Let's give that a, we can give that a little quench too. Ice quench. Ice quenches are cool. I only do them in the winter though, because it's freaking cold. All right, here we go. We're gonna start pouring this sucker now. Let's get you guys courtside seats here, right? There we go. Let's go ahead and pull that out, put it to the side. All right. Wish me luck, guys. This is for the Protectron. Protectron from the Fallout series. You guys have played the game. You know what I'm talking about. I don't think we've quite seen it in the show yet. By the way, no spoilers. No spoilers. Fun show, though. Love it. All right, guys. Wish me luck. Don't blink. You'll miss it. There it goes. Very cool. You guys see all the gases kind of poof, poof, igniting coming off the Delft clay? Actually, I'm going to leave that down there just a little bit longer because in my experience, it can stay a little liquid longer inside the insulated Delft clay. So I'll give that just a second. We can get one of these poured in right now, I think, though, in the meantime. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to do the try knot right now. Don't blink, you'll miss it. That came out nice. Get the ice quench. You guys ready for an ice quench? Very cool. Love that. Love that sound. Hey, T-Bird. Good to see you, bud. See if I can get this thing out of here. Oh, shit. It's buried in there. Give me just a second. Oh, I gotta do the ice bath challenge. Oh, dear. I might need a screwdriver. No, got my fingernail under it. Kinda. There we go. Got it. Cool. That actually came out really nice. Let's take a look at this, guys. Let me dry it off real quick. Pat it off. And let's take a look at this one. Who we got there in the chat? We got Dana Watson. Welcome in. Good to see you. Good, T-Bird. I'm very happy to have you here, T-Bird. Good to see you. This is going to have some really rad colors. You see how it's black in a lot of areas? When I use that copper cream, that's all going to turn red. So that'll be cool. But before I do that, I'm going to definitely stamp this out. Ooh, look at those ripples around the edges. Hand poured. Not a lot of ripples on that one, but hey, I'll take it. That came out nice. Any guesses in the live chat how much this sucker weighs? And remember, we're not doing troy ounces. We're doing regular ounces because it is copper. And it is on regular ounces. Put your guesses down in the chat, y'all. I'm just curious. What do you guys think this thing weighs? I have my guess. I'm going to say 2.09 ounces. That's my guess. Usually these come out to 2 to 2.5 ounces. It's nice and fat. It's just a fine example of what they're supposed to look like. I actually did really good on that. 1.5. Bear says 3.75. T-Bird says 2.7. All right, I said what? 2.09. Very specific guess, right? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm sorry, 2.32. Rhonda on there, the 2.3, nice. After I did it, that's cool though. Yeah, 2.32. That's a very fine example of what they're supposed to look like, what they come out to be. I love it. That came out awesome. That is the number one for 2026. Set that to the side. And you know what? Let's bust out the Protectron out of there. Before I do that, let's put some more of that copper in there. While that's melting, we can take a look at the Protectron. I don't know why I can't speak today. Sorry. Let's open you up. Get you in there. These little pieces, they don't shock it so much. Ah, God. I better use some gloves after that. That's going to get really hot really fast. Let's get that. Uh-oh. I'm going to use pliers, actually. That might be better. Oh, shit. Get those in there. Again, these will take about 5 minutes, if not less, to melt. And it's going to take less than, probably about that much time to bust up a Protectron out and see how he came out. Hopefully, he's not a zombie Protectron. Won't make me so nervous next time the next pour I do. Gotta love tailings, right? Nothing goes to waste around here. All right. Well, that's doing that. Let's bust out the Protectron. Get my gloves out though, because these things can be deceptively hot after the fact. Where are my freaking gloves? Oh, it's my old one here. No wonder I was confused. I got 3 sets of these freaking gloves like scattered throughout the shop, and I'm grabbing one from one set and one from another set. Okay, we're gonna take these off. These little clamps seem to work pretty good for these. Just don't catch them on fire with your mouth gas. While that's doing that, actually, let's throw this on there too. Keep that graphite mold nice and hot. What do we want? Where's my tray at? Get him over here. Set you up right here, guys. We're gonna bring them over to the workbench here and bring them loose from the joint. There we go. Again, it could be deceptively hot, so be careful. Even after pouring and after a few minutes, it'll still be hot enough to burn the crap out of you. Okay, come on, you. Turn this guy around. Yeah, see, he's still smoking in there. Gonna ice quench this guy real quick. Get some of the burnt delft clay off though first, so I don't get it in my ice bucket. Okay, let's get him in there. There he goes, going down like the Titanic. There he goes, very cool. Let me get the toothbrush out, clean him up, and we'll look at him together. Who we have there? We have Jason Brandburn. Welcome in. Good to see you. Nice. I use to run a rotary furnace in an aluminum recycling plant. Nice. Is that like a rotating hearth, a rotary furnace? I've never heard of the term rotary furnace before. I've worked on rotating hearths though before. They usually have those like in a catalyst plant. Oh, come on, you. Try not to get my hand wet. If I can. There we go. Cut that out. Nice and cool off. Still covered in black crap. That's that burned Delft clay in there. All right. He didn't melt together inside the legs. That's good. Not melt together, but the Delft clay held up and didn't just make a big slug in the middle between his legs. Makes a lot less cleanup work later. Very cool. Ooh, hello. This actually looks really cool. One second, guys. I'm just cleaning up the burnt black sand off of them so we can all see the details together. So actually, yeah, he didn't turn out too bad. I know, you're dying to see, right? I'm dying to see too. I'm trying to get all the sand off of him. Looks like he might have got hit with a plasma rifle on one of his hands, though. Nice. I think that's good enough to show you for now. Let's take a look. You guys ready? Let's take a look. Yes, it rotates to blend, holds about 25,000 pounds. That's the big boy stuff right there. There we go, guys. Let's take a look. He's supposed to look like this. That's our original piece that we pressed into our Delft clay. Rockamos in the house. Yo. Have to fly broke. Happy pouring. Enjoy those. Ice quenches. Awesome, T-Bird. Thanks for coming in, bud. But yeah, you didn't come out too bad. I'll go do a little cleanup right there. But yeah, we definitely got a lot of good details in this one. Very, very cool. Like I said, it looked like his hand got hit a little bit with the with like a blaster or something. But yeah, he came out really nice. I was only able to get one of them tonight. But you know what? He turned out really cool. That's a Protectron from the Fallout series. We'll obviously have to cut off the sprue. We clean up right here with the file. But for the most part, he came out really good. Obviously, got to clean up his head right there. One little nugget on his head. That'll come out really easy. Very nice piece. I love it. Curious how much this thing weighs. See how much we how much material that we used. The sprue is roughly about another ounce. I'm gonna say this whole thing right here weighs about 4 ounces. 4 ounces. Protectron there's probably gonna come out to be about 2 after I clean it all up. Yeah, 3.93 ounces. So and take that sprue off of there. He's gonna be real close to 2 ounces of pure copper. All my pieces, guys. You guys want to see a little sneak peek of how many of these dang things I poured so far? Why not? This is behind the scenes. I'm glad you're here to see. Let's take a look together. I keep them hidden in here. I've only finished one of them so far. Is it this one? It is this one. So I've been working diligently on these guys. I still got a lot of cleanup work with the sprues, but when they're done, I have one in here that's supposed to be done, yes. When they're done, they should look something like that. The sprue cut off at the bottom, nicely standing up. Chest pieces. That was the very first one. It's a super mutant. Very cool piece. Might pour some more. He kind of came out like a zombie. See all the bleeding coming in there? I think I can do better now. After all of these pours I've been doing, like, and the trials and the tribulations. This is like, you know, cannon fodder right here. I love it. It's like he's got his arms blown off. I think that'll be appropriate in the battlefield. Like he's been hit with a freaking flamer. Kind of looks cool. But what he was supposed to look like was like that. Got the blaster and all that. That looks actually like a plasma pistol actually. But yeah, I got a lot of work to do before the chess set is all together. I got to make, what is there, 32 pieces to a chess set? I'm about halfway there now. What am I at? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, I'm exactly halfway on the chess set now, guys. That is freaking awesome. So we're halfway there. I was supposed to make this a 2025 project. It's going to turn into a 2-year project now. There was some hiccups last year. I broke my leg. My furnace had a nuclear meltdown. And I switched jobs. There was a lot going on last year, guys. So a lot more stability going, for me anyways, going into 2026. So I should be able to finish this project. But now, let's pour some more of these freaking tri-knots. These, yeah, the Tri-Knot Celtic rounds. I got one poured out if you're just joining us right now. T-Bird still in the house. Good to see you. Who's that in there? Vegas Stacker in here? Hey, Vegas, good to see you, buddy. Raz Bobo, what is up? But that's number one for 2026. I think we're going to see some really nice colors coming out of these tonight. Let's go ahead and get the next one going. I think we should be nice and melted on the ones we put in there. So word to the wise on pouring. If you leave just a little bit of molten metal in the bottom of your crucible before you add more material, the other new material you're adding, it will melt twice as fast. All right, here we go. Let's get our mold preheated and hanging out up there, back in place. All right, let's go right there with it. I think that'll work. I lost half of the chat. There it goes. Let's pour, baby. That's right, Jason. Thank you. Let's do this, guys. Don't blink. You'll miss it. Here we go. That was really clean copper I just threw in there, so I'm not too worried about slag. Got a little bit of borax in there already. Here we go. It's kind of cool, and you can see the air just burning all around your crucible. Let's give this baby a nice quench. Here we go. Don't blink, you'll miss it. That is so cool. I love that. Once he gets in there, he just goes nuclear. Uh-oh. See if I can get him out of there. He made quite the crater. There he goes. What temp are you heating that to? I'm heating up to 1100 degrees Celsius. I know it doesn't have to quite go that high, but it's really cold in the shop right now. We're about 20 to 25 degrees right now. I got one little hookup, one little booger on the very edge of this, but other than that, that came out really well. Very cool piece. And after I stamp these and I clean these up with the copper cream, they're going to look really nice. I'll hit that little bit right there with the file. That'll come right off. That's the only little blemish on this. Very cool. Ordered a third 2-auto furnace and a laser printer. Nice. A laser printer. What? Oh, I know what you're, yeah, the laser engraver printer. I know what you're talking about there, T-Bird. Heck yeah, that's really cool, brother. Let's see how much this guy weighs. Any guesses? I'll give you guys just a second in the chat. I know there's a delay. I'm going to say it's going to be really, really close to the last one. I'm going to say 2.4. That's my guess. Any guesses? T-Bird at 2.3. Bears at 2.4. He seems to agree with me. Seven's at 2.2. Let's take a look. 3, 2, 1. 2.38. I told you it was going to be close, guys. The last one was 2.32. 2.38. That is steady hands. That's those diamond hands I have. Keeping it steady. You know how hard it is to pour almost the exact weight back to back like that? That's pretty impressive. I'm impressed with myself right now. That's incredibly difficult. The numbers can vary wildly depending on how steady your hands are. Let's pour another one. Let's do this. Come on, guys. Come on. Looks a lot hotter than that. We took our aluminum to 1300, 14 to 5. It never glowed like that unless it was super dry. You might be thinking thermite. I think that would be close to the melting temperature of thermite. Not thermite, sorry, the melting temperature in Fahrenheit for aluminum. I'm doing copper here. It's much, much higher. That's 1100 degrees Celsius. So it's about just around, hovering right around 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, guys, let's pour another one. do this. I'm very excited. I love pouring these. The try knots. If you guys don't know, these make great gifts, great keepsakes. They're great pocket pieces too, just like for a good luck charm. There it is. Into the furnace we go. Don't blink, you'll miss it. I love it. It's like a little steam explosion underwater. Of course, I dropped him in the big cavity there. Pull him out and take a look at him. This is number 3 for 2026. We're just going to keep going until we run out of material, right? Yes, I was mistaken. I thought you meant Fahrenheit as well. Yeah, no worries, buddy. I figured that's where the confusion is. I mean, why can't we all just use the same damn system, whether it be metric or imperial or whatever? Like, I don't know why we have 2 different systems. That one came out pretty good too. Again, when you see all that darkness in there, it's going to come out that nice bright red. Ooh, look at those ripples. Let me try that off so you can see that better. Look at those nice little ripples coming around the edges. Very cool. I think I hear coyotes outside right now. Might have to go get my rifle soon, scare them off so I don't screw with my chickens. But, you know, it is what it is. It's called living in the country, am I right? Oh, you guys want to see how much this one weighs? Let's take a look. The first one was 2.32 ounces. The second one was 2.38 ounces. Let's see how close this one was. Any guesses? Do I have diamond hands, everybody? Are we all diamond handing it over here at $110 an ounce? That is insane. That is insane. Does anybody know what the spot price is right now for silver? Someone put that down in the chat. I'm very curious. Bear's guessing 2.35. He's splitting hairs here. All right, let's see what we got. 2.14. A little lighter. As long as they're over 2 ounces, I'm always happy. I try to go a little fatter on them, but yeah, that's a fine example. That's going to take stamps very, very nice. I love the patterns that are coming out of this one. It's almost like an alien world, like a globe version of an alien world, and those look like almost like continents in an ocean, right? Very cool. Let's pour another one. Let's do another one. I bet I got enough for at least one more, and I'll take a mental note of how heavy that crucible is or isn't. It's just one of those things you got to have a feel for, really. And then if we start getting really low, we'll do some of those buttons. Make sure all my stuff's ready. Eyes and ears. Here we go. Don't blink. I think we got enough for this one. We'll see after this. Oh, he's missing a little corner. Uh-oh. You guys see that? He's missing just a little corner. He's going to have character, this guy. Let's get him in the clinch. Yeah! That is the best. I don't know why I love that so much, but I do. 107 per ounce. Nice. Thank you, Southeast. It sucks if you're trying to stack more, but it's nice to appreciate that your assets are appreciating. This one definitely is going to have some nice character to it. He's missing a little, he's got a cookie bite in him. Just barely missed one. We're going to be doing good if this one hits 2 ounces, I think. Very cool. Got all that Delft clay, the burnt Delft clay on my hands out of the thing on that one. All right, let's see what this one does. I'm going to say 1.97. I bet we're going to be just barely short of 2. Watch. Let's take a look. 1.81. So, yeah, that one's a little on the light side, but still a winner. There's a lot of character in this piece. Hand-poured pieces, guys. If you want one that's exactly the same as the last, go get one that's stamped out. These are hand-poured pieces, though. These are, yeah, no 2 are alike. All right, let's do one more. I think we got one more, and then maybe we'll try to do some buttons tonight. That'll give us a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pack of tri knots tonight. Oh, gloves. Duh. Actually, I had a guy, Patrick, he bought a lot of my quad knots for his daughter's wedding, and he gifted them to everybody in the wedding party. And I thought that was just really cool of him. So if you guys ever want to purchase these for keepsakes or for stacking and collecting, please just let me know. Whoa, dude, you see that? I just ran out. That was meant to be. I told you we only had enough for one more. All right, that's it on the copper tonight, guys. We'll see what this last one comes out looking like. Ice quench, last one of the night. Yeah. Very cool. Good to the last drop. That's right. Hard to say. It's strange saying that about freaking copper, right? What are the chances of that? An exact amount of pour. The last 3 pours I've done in a row have ended like that. It's not intentional. If I could do that every time, I would. This one's going to need a little bit of cleanup work on the one little part of the edge because it came out splashing. But I tell you what, I might leave it. Let's take a look at this together. Get the water off of there for the most part. You guys see that little lip right there? I might just take a little file right there on the sharp point, but I might leave the lip itself. But look at that on the back. That's definitely the piece of the night. There's a lot going on in the back on this one. Very cool. And I'll see all the black in contrast with the copper color going on there. Then when I hit the copper cream on this, it's going to turn that bright red and just look freaking amazing. I'm going to probably do this set all with the copper cream, but I'm going to have to stamp them out first. So all those, the numbers and lettering, all that, and the hallmark pop really brilliantly. I've noticed if I do the copper cream first and then stamp it, the numbers and letters don't pop as well. So I'll be stamping these out and then use the copper cream. Oh, thank you, Jason. I really appreciate that. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, guys. Thank you so much. And we'll see what this one weighs. Come on. Last one of the night. Any guesses? This is your last guess, everyone. Last guess. And all of my pieces are available for purchase. All you have to do is reach out to me, and we'll make something happen. If you want me to make a custom order too, I'm happy to try. Worst I can do is try, right? Bear saying 2.25. Jason saying 2.37. What is this? Oh, I just don't know. I'm going to say 2.2. I'm going to say 2.2. Because it's so perfectly flat on top, ish. That is just really cool colors going on there. This is going to be a really brilliant piece. It already is. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 2.06. We still broke 2. Very cool. Very nice piece. I'm probably going to shave this little piece off with the jeweler's file. It'll probably get it down to 205. A very nice piece there. That's it for tonight, guys. We had a great success. We poured 5 tri-knot rounds. The first ones for 2026. We successfully poured a Protectron. Very difficult to get the Delft clay to behave. Like, see right here where it bled together. I was afraid that was going to happen on everything going on there. But I think we did good. This is very, very similar to what he's looking like. Just a little bit of bleeding right there. But other than that, he came out fabulous. Freaking great success tonight. Thank you guys for coming along the journey with me. I really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. You all have a wonderful evening. And until next time, keep stacking, stack 'em high.